So I've got a present for you, well, one of you, and this comes from the very kind folks at D'Addario Woodwinds in the UK. It contains Good morning, welcome to today's vlog. If you just want to skip ahead to the part where I'm doing the D'Addario Christmas giveaway, then just go to here. But hopefully you'll stick around and listen to the rest of what I've got to say before we get there. So, Dad's birthday today, need to get the car post stuff, need to do a bit of grocery shopping. Tuesday is traditionally my day off. I was making a vlog or something else like that, and I also have lots and lots of other things to do. But I wanted to just do today, I wanted to get this D'Addario giveaway ready so that it arrives with whoever wins it before Christmas, so you get a nice early Christmas present from our friends at D'Addario. I just wanted to briefly talk about Advent, and not in necessarily a religious sense, but more on last year's project, the Saxophone Advent Calendar, which you can find all of it on Cambridge Saxophone, but on social media, so on Twitter and on the Cambridge Saxophone Facebook page, I am sending out a link every single day, repeating what we did this time last year with 24, well actually 25, because I combined two saxophone players on the same day because I couldn't split them. 25 saxophone players in 24 days. So on Cambridge Saxophone, there is a video, a vlog episode from last year with a playlist for Apple Music. This sun has been rather annoying, isn't it? A playlist for Apple Music and a playlist for Spotify. Let's see if we've got a nice halo around the back of my head now. Apple Music, Spotify, and I think I put some of them on YouTube as well. I think I've done some YouTube playlists. But yeah, by all means, go ahead and listen. Go ahead and go over to that, because listening is such an important part of learning to play any instrument, but especially if you want to learn to play saxophone in a jazz context. It's very, very important to listen to the greats. Maybe next year we'll do another one with another 24 saxophone players. But I've got a lot covered with those 24. There are a lot more people I could add to it. You might not agree with some of them, but I hope you'll find it interesting. And don't forget, if you are finding this interesting, please do remember to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Likes are always nice. Likes are great. I love likes. So if you can give us a thumbs up as well, even if you do subscribe, that would be very, very nice. But if you don't already, please join the nearly 7,500 of us who subscribe to the channel. I'm offering a few errands as well as getting the posts, and I'm also going to try and shoot you some. The sun is out and it's cold. It's one of those proper December mornings, so I'm going to try and see if I can get you some tasty B-roll. So I've got a present for you, well, one of you, and this comes from the very kind folks at D'Addario Woodwinds in the UK. It contains a Select Jazz marble mouthpiece, a special limited edition marble mouthpieces, some reeds, and lots of other goodies. It's all been wrapped, not by me. I cannot wrap wrap this neatly. It was done by Richard at Daddario. I had to get it back on the train, which was an effort in itself, and through security when I got back to our building, but it's all there. And one of you lucky guys is going to win this. What you have to do is enter the competition link below. It's totally legit. You need to make sure you are a subscriber and do a few other things on there, but enter that and I will draw that out towards the end of next week, kind of like, let me think, the 13th, Friday the 13th? If you're feeling lucky, it could be your lucky day. So make sure you enter that if you want to win this. It's just an amazing chance to win some amazing free goodies. I think easily worth over £200 worth of stuff in here, so it can be yours. And if you want to be notified as soon as I do the draw, make sure you're hitting the bell button, which is in the top left hand corner of the screen. Even if you are a subscriber, you've not clicked that bell button, please click that now, because that means you're going to get notified as soon as a new vlog comes out. My battery needs changing. Now Tuesday is now traditionally my day off, but I end up working by producing videos for you guys, but it's worth it. Just means I'm not teaching or doing any other work. But given how busy things are, I'm going to end up. But what I wanted to do, back in the day, kind of when I first started teaching 15, 16 years ago, I used to say to students, do you know what? Nobody's ever going to pay to watch you play video games. Then I read the paper today. Some guy earned £14.5 million on YouTube by people watching him play games. Maybe she should just listen to anything I say. Certainly pays better than jazz. Speaking of jazz, nice article in the newspaper today about my trip to Berlin. Forging links through music. That was really, really good. Really pleased to say that Birgitta Flick, who who invited me to Berlin, you can watch my Berlin vlog here. She is coming over to London for this very, very special Jazz Carols at Methodist Central Hall, Westminster on Sunday the 16th of December. So that's a week on Sunday. We've got Diane Louise Jordan, who used to be a presenter on the BBC's programme Blue Peter and lots of other things. So she's going to be the presenter of the event, and we've got lots and lots of other things on. We've got Juliet Kelly, who's on my Jazz Vespers album, phenomenal UK jazz singer, and best of all, it's totally and utterly free to attend. The link is below. It's 5:30 on a Sunday afternoon, which I don't know whether it's too early or too late for some people. I think it's an ideal time to sort of get into London and get out of London, because you can potter around maybe in London for a few hours if you're in the area, and then you can come along to us, and then you can get home in time for hot chocolate and marshmallows or whatever else you guys want to have. Last year, when I had a radio broadcast for the carols, it snowed and it took me ages. It took me 3.5 hours to do what normally takes an hour. So anyway, so that is the Daddario thing. That is the giveaway. I better get some practice done. So I'm just preparing a transcription project to do myself, but then I'm actually making it into an exercise that my students at Cambridge Saxophone can do next year into 2019. Got the year right then, for our first transcription project. It's a blues by Joel Fromm. It's on a live album at Mezzero, which is a very, very small club in New York, owned by Spike Wilmer, who is the owner of Smalls Jazz Club. It's just a phenomenal place. But this comes from a live recording, and what I'm doing, what I love about this on Joel Fromm is his time. He's on his own. He's completely solo, and his time is just incredible. And one thing I'm always trying to get better at is time, trying to get my time feel right, especially when I'm playing on my own. It's something that all saxophone players I find struggle with. It's because, you know, if we've got the drums there, you lock into what the drum is doing, or even the bass player, but without anybody, it's very easy to lose track sometimes of the time. And one of the best ways to overcome that is to transcribe and to get it down what the great players are doing. So I love this blues solo by Joel. I love Joel's playing anyway. He's certainly become one of my favourite players that I've discovered in the last 2 or 3 years. So yeah, check him out. So I'm just going to try and transcribe some of that down. What I'm using is Logic just to cut it up, what I do. And this is a very important point, is when you're transcribing, often the thing that puts most people off and put me off in the beginning is it's too fast and it's too long. So what you do is you clip it up into little sections, and you give yourself maybe, and I've got to remember, if I'm doing this for students, you know, a tiny little bit can sometimes take a week for somebody. So just do it into little sections, little bite-sized sections, and then glue them all together. So what I'm doing is I'm making little clips that are sometimes only a second long, because there's a lot of information in there. And then what I do is I make a clip which is all like 1 to 6 together. So the idea is you work through each one, and then you go back and you play through the whole thing with that track, and then you stick Joel and then proper recording on, and you go from there. Yeah, back on the Yamaha Atlia again. It really is such an easy saxophone to play. I really am quite gobsmacked at how, and also with the issues I've had with the finger, sounding very fantastic. Speaking of sounding fantastic, didn't the students do well on the live stream? If you haven't seen the live stream already, it's up there, but here is a video selection that I shot on the G7X. Slightly better quality than what you get on the iPhone stream, and you hopefully get an idea of just how talented some of these kids are floating around Cambridge. Off the pantomime?
No, we're not.
Oh, never mind. We'll cut that bit.
Oh,
no, we're not. The very funny British tradition of the pantomime.
You excited, James?
Yeah.
Enjoy the panto then?
Yes.
What would you give it out of 10?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, there you go, there's the review. That's Cambridge Panto Aladdin. Which was your favourite person?
I think it was the baddie.
The baddie, Wayne Sleep. There you go. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you really soon. Bye-bye.